Good afternoon. Welcome to Live in Conversation. So this is
Hey,
a new series. Hello, Kathy. How are you?
good. How are you?
I am well. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for being with me this afternoon in this lunch break conversation. So my goal is to basically reach out to entrepreneurs such as yourself who are thriving in the field. And so I do Thrive with Renee. And in this month, I'm doing entrepreneur series where I bring people like you to share the story. So thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
being here. How are
Thank
you this
you.
afternoon?
I'm great. I'm doing good. I was a little bit, I don't care how long you're in this stuff, you still get a little nervous about, sounding like you got some sense. So thank you.
But
Yeah.
then this all goes into, being humble and in your humility because that says that you don't take it for granted and you
Oh,
want to
no.
show up for the people that you serve. So there's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
So
you.
for all of you who are joining me, I see you. Thank you so much. My name is Winnie Antoine. I'm an entrepreneur, a stay-at-home mom, and a businesswoman. My goal is to basically bring value to you all and bring people who can add value to your life. So if you are watching this right now, I am live in conversation with Katie Flowers. She's an amazing artist, creative in the Chicago area. So kindly share this conversation, bring your questions,
Thank you.
and then we'll be more than happy to answer any question that you have. Katie, as we are doing this live, feel free to go to my page and then share it to your audience as well so that
Oh,
they can join
yeah.
the conversation. No, you just
Awesome. Sounds good.
your
Sounds
Facebook and
good.
do it.
I have to put these
As
on so
a matter
that
of
I can
fact,
actually.
oh no, as a matter of fact, I can try to do it for you as
Oh,
well.
good. Good.
Okay? Yeah, I'll do it for you. If it
Because
blocks me, then I'll let you know.
I definitely put it out there earlier too. So hopefully the connection will be definitely good.
No, that's good. I see people live already. So let's just
Awesome.
get into it. Who is Katy Flowers? And am I saying your name right?
Yeah,
Katy,
Katie.
okay. Katie,
Katie.
okay.
It's a Katie. I love your accent too, by the way. So
Thank you. Who is
I,
Katy Flowers? Like people
yeah.
are watching right now, what should they know about who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm a visual, well, let's put it like this, professional practicing visual artist based out of Chicago. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. I enjoy teaching others there a lot of times people don't think that they can draw and paint and write well, but you'd be surprised once you connect with me, I got you going. And so that's what I like to encourage people to bring out those characteristics that they don't even know that they have, right? And so I think that's part of my uniqueness that I bring, as far as an artist, is to help others realize the artistic person in them and bring out their creative skill, if you will. And so also, in addition to that, I also like to help creatives. And when I say creatives, I'm talking about people who have ideas and they want to bring them out, but they're just not sure how to do that. They're like stuck, or they let fear and all of this type of thing kind of hinder them and stagnate. And so a part of, I believe, what is my gift in this area is to help them, and encourage them to get out there. So that's where the book comes in, how to reach your perspective of success, because I've been at this thing for, like I said, over 20 years. So I hope that sums it up a bit.
No, no, that's great. I know. I know we talked about that because when I was like, Katy, I don't have a autistic bone in myself, but I did want to connect with you, so I bought some flower dresses,
I know we didn't even do this
and
together.
I
I
know
can't
you're
believe
in step with that. So
But that's what happens when you vibe, right?
yes, 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 indeed. Thank you to all of you who are watching.
Yes,
I
thank you.
appreciate the love. I appreciate the share. And as
Yeah.
you mentioned your book, okay? And so tell me a little bit more about that. What is the name of the book? Why did you decide to write it, and why do you think it's important for this season?
The name of the, and thank you, the name of the book is How to Reach Your Perspective of Success. And I want the title to really resonate on a personal level. And that's why I specifically said your, because everybody have their own perspective of what success is. It's not always monetary, you know, it's not always things. It's sometimes it's just reaching that peace of mind and being able to support yourself as well as add value to others, right? And so the book, actually, I've been working on this book for 2 years. It's
Yeah,
actually, yeah, about 2 years. And
sure.
yeah, it, man, every time I sit and read it again, I'm like, I gotta add this. No, I should, you know. So it's always because it's about my experience and sharing that experience and hoping to reach other people that are struggling where they are, you know. So it's not about um, asking a person to see themselves somewhere where they can't imagine themselves being, but actually taking the steps towards making your success happen for you. And it is a process. So that's a big reason why I brought this book out, because as an artist I noticed too, when I'm working with youth or I'm working with individual adults and all of that, who actually have great talent, you know, and it's like nobody um ever encouraged them in that. Because I remember as a kid myself, my parents kind of encouraged me, and I talk about this in my book. I get really personal. I share a lot of personal things there, but and it's not to down my parents or anything like that. It's just to try to get this thing to resonate within a person and see, hey, I can do this. I can do this too. Because a lot of times we're not um, nurtured in that area. You know, I can remember as a kid, my mom, God bless her, I love her. She's still alive today. But my parents were not very nurturing in that area as far as me wanting to be a professional artist. They were like, girl, you better stop that. You know, you better get you a 9 to 5, you know, and get that degree and, you know, like everybody else. But when I tried to do those things, I realized either, and this is the truth, either I quit or that I get fired. And I try to quit before I get fired because
Yes.
I,
I
I'm
love
like,
your transparency.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I love your transparency. I love how the fact that you said that it took you 2 years to write this book,
Yeah,
and that is okay because a
yeah,
lot of time we are in a race with other people. We see people just coming out with book every 6 months, every 3 months, and we think that that's the definition of success. But then your book is basically how to reach your perspective of success, and you emphasize the your because we are all in our own journey and the
yes,
only person we should competing with is ourselves.
yes.
And then it becomes so stressful because we're like, okay, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this. And then so yeah, I appreciate you sharing that
Yeah,
with our audience right now.
yeah,
Let me
thank
ask you a question,
you.
Katie.
Hmm.
Who is your ideal client? Like, who do you see is gonna be the best person for you to work with to help in this season, especially
Hmm. Hmm.
everything that's going on right now?
Hmm. Hmm. Good question. Um, I believe that my best client and who would get very much value out of, you know, having a session or two or whatever you may need to do after reading the book and all of that, and you want to reach out and all that, great, is someone who once again is stagnant. You know, they're stagnant and they may not even understand why, how they got stagnant. Maybe they can't get out the gate. You know, you got these ideas, but you don't know how to get them out there because, like you said, and that's a great point right there, Renee, is that we are told, well, your business, if you haven't got your business off the ground within 3 years,
Yes.
then you might as
Your
well
failure.
forget about it. No, that is so far from the truth. And because I learned this from Damon John, who's one of the Shark Tank people there, and he's one of my mentors as well. And he was actually very honest about it. He was like, "No, it may take people 15 years, 15." to
Yeah,
actually
it's
get in
coming
there.
from with though. Some of us will just like, okay, this is not working. And then that's because we're comparing ourselves.
Yes, yes, stop it. And it's easier said than done because a lot of time it has to do with your upbringing, your environment, your teachers along the way. All of these things are encompassing of who made you today, a part of your core being. But you don't have to stay there. It's because we don't check in with ourselves a lot of times. And I'm gonna go deep right quick for a second.
Yes, no, for
It's
sure.
like, we don't check in with our core self, meaning that we just kind of take things as they are, and we just let life unfold the way we figure life's supposed to unfold, and we are not taking accountability or responsibility to check in with ourselves to see if we still feel the same way. Who fed us these thoughts that we have about ourselves? Who fed us these thoughts about the how we feel about people and about the world and about money? All these thoughts about money is evil. I don't want to be rich. Well, if that's your thought, you're not going. It's not coming.
Exactly, exactly. So I have Nestor Nipasa, who's is live with us right now, and
Great. Hi.
he at 15. Like, how we talked about, sometimes it takes 15 years for somebody to be successful. And he says, wow, Nestor is actually a photographer in the Chicago area. So in all this, like yourself. So thank you for joining us live,
Yes.
Nestor. We
Thank you.
appreciate that. So with that being said, my name is Winnie Antoine. I am live in conversation with Katie Flowers, who is an artist in the Chicago area, and she helps on your artists and creatives to just get to the level of success and whatever it is for them. And then so kindly join the conversation, share it,
Thank you.
bring
Yeah.
any question that you may have. So, Katie, this week I was talking about kind of like a four simple level to success. Just breaking it down, right? And so sometimes we have goals, we have dreams.
Mhm,
Some of us know them, and some of us do not know them. So
mhm.
as your coach and as an artist, like, what is your process to help someone either figure out what the goal is, or to basically create a roadmap to achieve their goals? I know that that's like two questions in one, but then feel free
Yeah,
to answer it however you like.
I might answer it all in one, or if not,
Hmm.
then just
Yes.
remind me of it. But the first thing that's important is understanding who you are. Once again, we can't get around that. When we're talking about reaching our perspective of success, we need to understand who we are and why. What's the why, right? And so once I get a person to realize, understand what your why is, because the why is your reason, and that reason is the thing that's going to keep you going. It's going to keep you motivated. That's your fuel, that's your pump, right? So a lot of times we don't really know why. We just say, well, I want to be in business. Why? you know if you don't have a why, your business, it could take off, but is it how are you going to sustain it? Because something along the way is going to pull you away from that. Okay, and so that's very important to understand your why first, and that's in order to understand your. Let's go back a little farther than that.
Yes, go ahead.
Let's go back.
Go ahead. Feel free.
The the key thing is understanding your purpose, right? And so when we talk about understanding your purpose, a lot of times we just take that to be what it sounds. We don't really dig into what that means. And so we get lost in that, well, what is my purpose? I really don't know what my purpose is. Well, if you don't know your purpose, then you're not going to be able to succeed in much of anything else that you do. It has to, that's where you get your reason. And then what's so significant about that is understanding your passion. And the reason why you understanding your passion is so significant is because that's where you're going to find your purpose. So that's really key. Your purpose is in your passion. And that's how we find that. And so first we have to realize, what is our passion? And what I find so interesting about that is how societies have taught us that You can only be good and great at one thing. There's no multi-faucet. And that's sad because we are multifaceted people, and it's so interesting how jobs want you to wear more than one hat. So that means you got to learn more than one thing, right? So it's the same thing with our personal selves. We have, I like to write. I like to draw, paint. I work with sculpting. You know what I'm saying? I teach it. I like social media marketing and promotion. I work with that. I'm a multifaceted person. And so that's so significant to find out who you are and what you're working with because the value makes the money.
Yes, yes. Yes, and then that goes into what I listen a lot to Bishop T.D. Jakes, and then
Hmm.
he often talk about that. You know how sometimes when people know us for one thing, and then they put us in this box and they lock us into it, and then so then we then become confused because we think that's what people expect of us, and so we
Yeah,
try not to go see look up other things that we are interested about. If we are a mom, we may think that being a mom is the only thing that we can do, but then there's so much to us, and then God
yeah,
inputs so much to us, and then so it's
yeah,
only right that we seek that. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
let's talk about milestones.
Hmm.
So now that we have a goal, we know what our purpose is. You help your client figure out what the goal is.
Hmm.
How do you teach them about milestones? Because we can start today and then have be a millionaire next week,
Hmm.
but it
Hmm.
doesn't work like that. And then now,
Hmm.
if next week we're not a millionaire, then we're discouraged. And
Hmm.
so, how do you help them, break down milestone and time frame to accomplish their goals, to understand that?
Great question. You bringing them, honey. You bringing them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I had to. I know who I'm gonna be speaking with.
You are bringing them. Um, okay, when we are setting goals, and at the same time, understand this: I am not perfect at this at all, but I'm learning what works for me, and perhaps sharing what can work for you, as well as I've learned what works for other people. So most of the time, it is about step by step. Okay, realistic stuff. I'm not talking about, hey, I want $50,000 in 1 week, and what are you doing? To make that $50,000 in 1 week. I'm talking about setting small things in action. Okay, making that plan, and so I'm there as when I act as a coach. Um, I'm there to be blunt with you. I'm there to say, hey, what are you doing? Have you done this? Have you made that little step? Have you enrolled in school because you know that you need some more knowledge about your industry? Have you taken that step? Have you connected to any mentors? What have you done to make this happen? And so once you do that, then we can go on to the next step. But then we also have to be cautious not to overwhelm ourselves when we are,
Exactly.
you know, because sometimes we
Exactly.
can do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then celebrate the small wins.
Yes.
Talk about
Yes.
that.
Yes. Celebrate that. It's interesting. And I'm glad you brought that up too, because I have a hard time with celebrating any of my small successes. I've always had a difficult time with that. And my sister, God bless her, I love her to life. And one day this is my little sister, and one day she just told me, she said, Katie, you don't celebrate the small things, the small victories in your life. And I thought about that and I'm like, you're right. And then when I start to do that, it's like, yay, okay, that that's nurturing that inner self. But not only am I celebrating me, I'm celebrating the people who helped, for
Yes,
me to
yes,
arrive, right? So when I celebrate, say like something happened, like I get some likes from this video, this that we're doing,
yes,
and I get some, I'm celebrating you too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, well,
yes,
shoot,
yes,
Renee, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have made this connection. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's important. That's
yes.
very important.
That is indeed. Well, thank you for being live in conversation with me.
Yay!
My name is Winnie Antoine. For those of you who are watching right now, Katie Flowers is an amazing artist and coach in the Chicago area. And then, so if you are an artist, if you are creative, you know, you just want to connect with someone who can help get you to that next level, feel free to reach out to her. I know in this season it is time for us to upgrade, it's to elevate, to pivot. And then, so you may need somebody in your corner who's going to get you there. So go
Yes,
ahead and connect with Katie. You know,
yes,
this is Thrive with Renee series where I bring entrepreneur to you all that can help you get on that path to success.
awesome.
So if you're watching, I see you guys are watching, so I appreciate it. I see the love, I see
Yes,
the like,
yes,
I
yes.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Katie,
Yeah.
so we talk about the mindset, we talk about the goals, but then now it's action time. We can
Hmm.
talk all day, but
Hmm.
it's not gonna get us anywhere without taking action.
Hmm.
So share with me what is 2 to 3 action step that maybe somebody who's in the artistic creative area can do to take them to that success level. And then keep in mind on no environment with COVID.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, yes. Keep that in mind as you answer that. Mhm.
Hmm. Great question. Once again, I don't know if I'm going to put these in any type of particular order, okay? But I'm going
I
to
mean,
put them
people
out
can
there.
always reach out to you though. You know, so give them what you can, and then the rest they
Okay.
can reach out to you.
Awesome, awesome. Um, well, the first thing, once again, is very important. Don't take this for granted, but it's your thoughts. It's writing down your thoughts, journaling your thoughts. This is very important because that's a part of the process that's helping you to get things out and helping you to revisit that. You can revisit those thoughts and see if you still feel that way and understand why those things were happening at that day, what was going on with you. These things are important. I mean, they seem fluffy or whatever, but they really are important. And so I would say, write down what you find um, of value or unique. I'm going to use that word. What's unique about you, right? And so a lot of times we may think that we don't have anything unique about us, but we really do because we're all here. We got different, what's the irises? We got different, the fingerprints. You know, these things are part of what makes us different. So then we take it to another level and say, okay, well, what are some of the things perhaps that other people have said that's unique about me? What do I bring to the table? Maybe it could be humor. Maybe, everybody can't be a witty person successfully. Everybody can't, tell jokes. Maybe you are really good with numbers and things like that. Just take a moment and really focus on yourself for just a moment, of time. Write those things down. And you can also, with that, ask someone to do it as well for you. Take two people, maybe an acquaintance, someone who doesn't really know you that well, that but is willing to answer some questions for you or write down some things that they find unique about you, and then ask a friend, someone who actually does know you, a family member or whatever that actually does know you. Okay, and then they write the same. Ask them, what do you find unique about me? Anything that you like about me? And then compare the three lists. Compare what you said, what they said, and the other person said, and see where the commonalities are. And this is where you're going to find your you're going to get your value from that listing when you bring it together, right? And so then once you do that, now it's time to say, well, okay, how can I package this, right? Now you're going to see how you're going to package this value that you're bringing to people. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. It makes a lot of sense. So my next question, let me just hop in. My
Mhm.
next question, you already answered it because it was gonna be what can someone do today? And you
Mhm.
just answer it. Break
Okay.
down, what you wanna do, and then
Yeah.
compare it with what other people think about you
Yeah.
and what other people know of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
answer that question.
Awesome.
I did not prepare you for this, but then you are an amazing lady, so I know you're
Oh,
gonna
you
be
too.
ready
Thank
for what I'm about to do
you.
now.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
what I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to your Facebook page, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
go to your Facebook page,
Mhm.
and I'm going to go over some of your art on
Sure,
your page,
sure.
and then tell me about, what motivated you to do that, okay, to create it, and
Hmm.
then what do you think about when you see it,
Hmm.
okay? So
Okay.
let me do that right now, and that way people can see some of your work too.
Yes. Thank
So I
you.
didn't tell you for that, but then
Thank
you
you.
got this. You
Yeah.
got this. I know you do. Okay, so okay. Hello, everyone who's watching right now. I appreciate it. I see you. I appreciate the support. My name is Winnie
Awesome.
Antoine. I'm live
Yeah.
in conversation with Katie Flower. This is Thrive with Renee. And then, so I'm just bringing
Thank you.
entrepreneurs to you all who can maybe give you some direction into, entrepreneurship and how you can succeed. Okay, this is Katie's logo. Isn't that
Yeah.
amazing? This is beautiful. So, what was the
Thank you.
mindset behind creating this? What does it mean to you?
Yeah, yeah, I love her too. I think she's a
I
few
love
years old right
it.
now.
Hmm.
But um,
Yes.
I believe at that time when I was putting her, Love and Light, that's the name of her. And when I
Yes.
was creating her, I think I was in a zone of reaching, okay, reaching out to see myself as an artist. Where am I? Where am I going, and how am I empowering my children or my grandchildren? That's what the light right there in the center is about, and sending out that light and love out into the world. And so, she is about empowerment, and she's about love, and she's about um, wanting to be that, walk the walk. You know.
Yes. Yes. Walk the walk. Yes. Love it. Love it. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to go to your Simply Art website,
Hmm.
so I can show it to people and see what's available. Um, and if they choose to, how they can support you, and
Yeah.
if they want to get in contact with you, how they can do that.
Okay.
So,
Sounds
mm,
good. Thank you.
certainly. All right, everyone. Okay. So this is Katie's website.
Hi.
This is the part of multitasking. This is Katie's website. I know Black Friday is coming up, the holiday is coming up. What is the best thing that we can do is to support, women such as ourselves, artists such as ourselves, and
Mhm.
people who's in our community. So if you're planning on getting any gifts right now, you want to participate in Black Friday, you want to get ready for the holiday, I highly encourage you to go to Katie's website.
Yeah,
And
thank you.
there's a lot. And Katie, I want to see Love and Light there. I didn't see Love and Light.
You know what? It's there.
It
You may
is.
it's in there because I actually, and I'm gonna put her out there again.
Oh, here she is.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
one of the reasons why I love this particular website shop is because it allows me to put my work on a variety of mediums and as well as make it affordable to
Mm,
others. And so some of the work that you will see, they're not actual paintings, but I do have a collection of actual paintings in case people want to, they're interested in buying the original. But this particular piece was from a photograph and that was integrated with digital software. And so it's always going to remain a limited art print. Yeah. So, but that's why I made it like that. I love it. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to treat
I
myself
see.
to
This
her.
is a pillowcase. This is so cute.
Thank you.
This is so cute. Love it.
I
Love
love it.
it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, it is 12:30. I had fun with you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for just be an amazing woman in the community. Give me a
Thank
second. Let me remove this so it can just be you and I. All right. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with our community so that they can know exactly it doesn't have to be overnight. Whatever you're going for in life, whatever level that you are, acknowledge it. Go ahead and celebrate you. And then if you need help, reach out to people who's been there, who can help guide you along. So thank you so much for being in this Thrive with Renee Entrepreneur series with me. Any last maybe final word or comments on Katie that you want to share?
Other than the fact that you are a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful person, and I appreciate you. The best to your family, blessings there, and blessings to those who are part of your network, and become a part of mine too, because I'm a part of yours, and I'm
Well,
here for you.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Well, right back at you. Thanks again for everyone who was watching Thrive with Renee Entrepreneur Series. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great weekend. Stay safe, stay blessed, and go for your dreams, go for your goals, and keep pushing.
And pick up that
Renee
book when it
Antoine.
becomes available.
Yes, yes. The book is coming available. How to reach your perspective of success.
Yes.
So go ahead and support Katie's there. How to reach
Thank
your
you.
perspective of success. You can connect with her on Facebook. I included her page there as well as her website. Thanks again, everyone. Have a good
Thank
day.
you, and take care.